Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the Benefits Cooldown. I am Eric Silverman, a.k.a. Ted Lasso, and this is my partner in crime, Ed Legande, otherwise known as Ed.
Yeah, I was actually wearing this jersey walking down the street the other day, and someone thought I was Sam Obisanya from Ted Lasso. So I don't know. Maybe it's the hair.
I think maybe the hair could be something else. Ed, I got to tell you, man, that's a compliment because number one, we both love the show Ted Lasso. Number two, Sam's one of my favorite characters, my wife and I. Guys, everybody listening, for the next many weeks, my mustache is falling off, Ed. For the next many weeks, we're gonna be breaking down some really cool Ted Lasso quotes, some of the most famous Ted Lasso quotes. And I think it'll be fun. We're going to tie it to benefits and culture, and let's give it a whirl. So Ed over there, if you haven't noticed, he's got his I'm not a football guy. What's the team name? Come on, help me.
Richmond FC.
All right, Richmond FC. He's got his jersey on. I'm lame, so I just got my Ted Lasso mustache on. Ed, here's the quote. Taking on a challenge is a lot like riding a horse, isn't it? If you're comfortable while you're doing it, you're probably doing it wrong. Ed, help me break that down.
Well, what I get the most out of this is just getting out of your comfort zone. You and I have spent a lot of time over the last several weeks talking about how employers can challenge the status quo of traditional benefit offerings, or even the purchasing mechanism of how they do it as well, right? So, let's talk about typical benefit offerings, right? The way that we educate on benefits too. I mean, there's so many different aspects that we go down, but overarchingly, what you see is that employers, and I would even say even people in my position too, when it gets down to the line, or maybe you're running out of time a little bit, you start, getting a little resistant about making any changes because it's in our comfort zone. We know what's working or what's maybe not working, but sometimes that change or sometimes that fear of the unknown is maybe not necessarily getting us, out of bed and wanting to make those changes. But ultimately, when I think about this quote, it is about challenging the status quo, in your personal and professional life, and definitely when you're offering benefits. And when you have solutions at bay, definitely you challenge the status quo, right? You get out of your comfort zone, because that is how you're going to move the needle from a cost perspective, from an employee engagement perspective, so on and so forth. Here in California, we've been working with tons of employers on looking at customizing their health plan. For many years, people hear the term self-insurance and they run for the hills. And here we are bringing a way to purchase their health coverage and also educate their members on how to, better get quality access to care. But it's very different. So it's about getting out of their comfort zone, but letting them know that I'm sitting on the same side of the table with them. We're riding this together. We're riding this wave together, right? Well, so what do you think?
You know what? Status quo for sure is so much easier. That's why it's the status quo. But I look at it from two perspectives. One, if I'm an employer, an HR representative, and I'm struggling in this market or anytime throughout the year with hiring and retaining quality talent, get out of your own way is the advice I'd give, right? Don't take the status quo as the only option. Challenge your advisor, challenge your broker, challenge yourself and your employer group, C-suite that you may work with arm in arm, or that you may potentially report to. Challenge them to do things differently, because that's how you're going to attract and retain the most quality and loyal talent, is not by doing literally what everybody else is doing in your market, in your industry, in your category size. That's number one. Number two, same thing can apply most definitely to brokers and advisors, right? If you're currently handling open enrollment by doing in-person meetings the way that every other broker in the world is doing, and you're relying on one big meeting in a big conference room where nobody's paying attention, and the second you leave, they're throwing away the benefits guide that you printed out for them that you thought looked really cool, how is that helping anybody, right? If you're bringing to them fully insured solutions with any of the big carriers, that's okay, I guess. I'm not judging, I promise. That's not even a joke. But the reality is, try to do some different things, right? There are innovative solutions and products and opportunities out there that can bolt on to a more quote unquote status quo solution. So you can start putting your clients, your employer group clients, on the path for lesser and lesser status quo options to eventually get them to just be holistic when it comes to innovation. And by the way, from a broker advisor perspective, a consultant perspective, you're going to be a million times more sticky with your clients, because every other advisor, broker, consultant knocking on their door, they're likely going to be introducing similar old-fashioned style products and services. So you're going to stand out in the best way possible. Ed, we're out of time, man. Or should I call you Sam from this point moving forward? My Lasso mustache is falling off, but that's okay. Hope you guys had fun. If you had fun and you got something from it, if you agree, if you disagree, please put something in the comment section below. Questions, thoughts, ideas are always welcome. And as I've been saying, I want to continue saying, if you watch this to the end, please drop the word banana right there in the comment section, so we know that you watched through this moment right now. Ed, it's good seeing you, brother.
Good seeing you too, buddy.
Thanks, everybody.